Hey, internet friends, cousins, and scoundrels. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pull up a chair, honey, and let's have a chat. And since the algorithm really likes it when you interact with the content, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe since you're here. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get right into this. All right. Let me start off by saying that everything in this video is alleged for entertainment purposes and is my own personal opinion. Now, let's get into it. These two are more alike than most people think. They are both diabolical, conniving, egotistical narcs, both of them, and they power play on each other. Water often finds its own level, and these two have met their match in each other. They are the same person, but more on that in a bit. Let's get into the side chick mentality first. Most side chicks are masculinas. They are very much so male identified and seek and need male validation. They are not girls. They are hella competitive in terms of competing for the attention of men, but these women are usually not competitive in any other field. Of course, there is the exception to every rule. And yes, sometimes the side chick wins the ultimate prize, and that's the man. The top winners also get the ring and the title of wife, but there's still a price. The common question is, why can't these women just get a man of their own? And well, the short answer is, what's the fun in that? And because these women need extreme validation, they have to believe that they are better than the next woman. So by choosing to be with a man that is already married, gives them the type of confirmation they need to feel worthy. You see, just having a man of their own does not allow for comparison. The need to feel like they are chosen overrides the desire to have a man of their own. There's no competition in that scenario. So there's no validation because she didn't win him. The side chick starts off as a fun little secret at first, and they are happy to play that position in the beginning. You see, the competition for them has already started because they put themselves in competition with the wife on day one. Now, this competition is purely imagined. It only resides in her mind because at this point, the wife is completely unaware of her existence. So, the competition, in essence, is with the thought of the wife. For example, if the husband says, "My wife doesn't give me head," the side chick will jump in and give 6 hours of head. Hell, she'll fall asleep with it in her mouth if need be. If the husband says, "My wife doesn't cook," the side chick will morph into a Betty Crocker. Whatever the husband claims is lacking, the side chick jumps in to do these things in abundance, or better, or whatever she thinks is better, in order to compete to make herself seemingly be the better woman. Now, the longer the affair, the more the side chick wants to make her presence known, because for her, she hasn't been truly validated. And she feels this way because there's no real competition. You can't compete if there are no competitors. So she doesn't feel like she has truly been chosen. At this point, having the attention of the husband is not enough. It doesn't matter that he compliments her and tells her that she's the best at XYZ. No, that is not validation because he hasn't left. He still goes home. His wife is still number one. She's still sleeping peacefully at night. She's still happy. She's still blissfully unaware. So that's when the side chick usually pops out of the box because she now needs and wants the attention of his wife. Only once she gets her attention can the competition really begin. So here come the phone calls. Here we go on social media. Here we go, just straight up popping up. Whatever needs to be done to make the wife aware will be done. Now, Slaw called Martell and Mel answered his phone because she can as his wife. And Slaw told her to put Martell on the phone, that she didn't call her. Now stop. The nerve, right? Slaw called because she knew he was most likely with Mel at that time. You don't think Martell pillow talking ass didn't tell her his schedule and the safe times to call? Of course he did. Slaw needed Mel's attention. She wanted Mel to know about her, and the fact that Mel answered his phone was even better. She was just hoping that the phone call would put suspicion in the air. Now listen, if she wasn't looking to compete, once Mel answered the phone, she would have simply said, "I'm sorry, wrong number," and hung up, and let Martell call her back later. Nope. She wanted to be seen. So now she can truly compete. See, she upset the household. And at that point, the competition is on because that man has to choose. And that's why Slaw is not unique or special or running some type of new play, because all these hoes do the same shit the same way. Look at Tasha from Escape and Rocky and his side chick. Same thing, even down to the multiple pregnancies. What did she do? She hopped her ass online to make her presence known. Why did she do it? Because he was trying to cut her off before the Escape show aired. That angered her because she had also been a long-suffering asshole who went unvalidated. She thought he was going to cut her off before the competition could really start. And that was a hell no. His wife needed to know. She needed to know. So she hopped online just like Slaw told us that, he ate her ass.
Just make sure you strap up. Make sure you strap up, because he is raw. He going in raw. And he eat ass. So make sure whoever gonna be my replacement, make sure y'all strap up.
Sidebar. Can we talk like adults for a minute? Just like a minute. That's all I want. These chicks love to get online to talk about what somebody's husband is eating. But the real tea is what they are doing. Because please believe it, if he eating your ass, he's also eating his wife's ass too. Can't we just keep it a buck? And he ain't over there for the things that he can do to and for his wife. No. He's over there for what he can't get. So the flex is the shit that you're doing to get him over there. So if you're getting online to talk and spill the tea, you have to tell us how much ass you eat, because that's why he's over there. Please believe it, Martell was eating Mel's ass. Yes, he was, especially if he's an ass eater. Same with Rocky. They both were licking their wives' donut holes, period. I can't be persuaded any different. And like Martell said, he wasn't getting any head from Mel, so Slaw, you went to work. And the balls in the booty hole are neighbors, so yeah, I believe your tongue made a visit. And the real tea is that you licked his booty hole back. That's the tea. Allegedly and in my opinion, but that's not the part you hoes tell. Oh wait, I take that back. There was one side chick that got online and told the truth.
The man that I've been messing with is a married man, and every night, well, for about 3 nights in a row, or even maybe there's a night in between, I was licking his butthole. Yep. Because he liked it. And I didn't mind doing it. Does that bother? Is that weird?
And if I were to speculate further, Slaw, you also made the accusation that Martell was bi. And I believe you came to that conclusion because you lay in his back door. That's the stuff y'all do, allegedly and in my opinion. So you got mad and you got your ass up online and you let that out as well. So you got that wife's attention and you destroyed a home. And because Martell's bitch ass would not choose to leave your rabbit ass alone, Mel had to make a choice for her own safety, health, sanity, and the welfare for children. And I'm sure that since Mel has left, her pH balance is so peaceful now, because Slaw, you look like you wipe from back to front instead of front to back. Allegedly and in my opinion. Now, it took 5 years of the back and forth and the push and pull before this marriage finally broke. And with all that, nothing really changed for Slaw. She's still in the same place in relation to Martell. She was not elevated. Essentially, she also lost. And this narkette refuses to accept defeat. Narcs can't accept defeat, won't accept defeat. They're just not built that way. So when Slaw saw that she was not getting that needle to move, she pulled a power play. And that was to keep the pregnancy. See, this was to lock Martell to her. Now, listen, we all understand that a baby will not keep a man, at least not in the way you want him, but it will keep him tied to you, even if just financially, for 18 years. Now, if that man is active with his child, then you will have communication. No matter how limited, you will get to talk. And some women believe that if you can talk to him, you can sway him. Slaw is repeatedly and constantly rejected and humiliated by Martell. And not just locally, but on a national scale. He keeps getting on national TV to denounce and outright insult her year after year.
She was a peasant.
He recently got on a large social media platform to again downplay and discount her by saying he needed to get to know her, and they were working on formulating a friendship. A woman that he's been dealing with for a decade and who also has had his child. He said he didn't know. Got to get to know her. The average woman would have been left after being discounted time and time again, but not Slaw, because the narc in her says that she must win. She is obsessed, and not with Martell. He's just a byproduct. She is obsessed with the win. You see, she hasn't been chosen, so she hasn't yet won. The irony is that if he really chooses her, really elevates her, she will leave. Martell is broke. Those 3 bent inches ain't hitting like that, and neither is his munch game. So it ain't him she's sticking around for. It's the win she's staying for. Nothing more, nothing less. This narcoholic is addicted to this relationship because of her insatiable need to win.
Because when you got a nigga chasing for 5 years, yeah, bitch.
And this is how you know Slaw is slow. That statement right there is how you know she's slow. Slaw, a man can't chase you if he caught you. Word on the curb is that you had sex with him on the first night, so there was no chase. The flex is if he pursued you for 5 years and you only paid him dust. That's a chase. He didn't chase you for 5 years because you gave him full access. See, some of these women don't even know how a chase is supposed to work. What was really happening here is that you were chasing him. Slaw, you were searching and calling and looking for him whenever he would pull back and stop talking to you. You were actually doing the chasing. But listen, what can I expect from a chick that didn't know what a 2-parent household is? Now for Martell. He's also stuck in a cycle with Slaw because he won't accept defeat, take the L and press on with life. Slaw is not the woman he wants. He's made it abundantly clear, but she can be used as a tool to inflict what he sees as pain on Mel by way of having her around their children, and now recently saying that she was his woman during the affair, although he still falls short of saying that he loves her or really even claiming her. But what he did do is acknowledge Slaw, and for now that is good enough for her because in her mind she's still in the race for the win. Now anytime Martell gets access to another woman, any woman, he ghosts Slaw with the quickness. He doesn't want her, but his fear of being alone overrides him disconnecting from this toxic relationship. He knows full well that this woman is trash because he has said it too many times to count now. But for him, being alone is worse. One reason why men fear loneliness is because of societal expectations and pressures. Men are often taught to be independent and self-sufficient, and being single can be seen as a failure or weakness, especially for men of a certain age, and most successful men are often partnered. This can lead men to feel like they need to be in a relationship to prove their masculinity and worth. So, if he cuts ties with Slaw at this juncture, he has nothing. And he would be a complete failure because there's no other male waiting in the wings. So for him, at least there is this woman that wants him. Martell is also lashing out because he has ruined his life with a woman that surely was not worth what he lost. But he enjoyed watching the competition and the verbal sparring between these two ladies. It made him feel like a king. It made him feel desired. And I'm sure that initially he couldn't believe that a quality woman, a beautiful woman, such as Mel, would even climb into the ring to battle with a lowly hoe like Slaw. But she did. And that's okay, Mel, because everybody plays the fool sometimes. And hell, we've all been there. We've all done it. We've all been a clownette or fooliana at one point or another. It's only if you stay in that mindset is when you have a problem. But it was that very act alone that gave Martell the ego boost and the confidence to believe the lie he told himself. And that was he was worthy of this type of competition. And he enjoyed the battle so much that he kept the shit going for 5 years. 5 years. Each time going a little bit further when she would take him back. The push and the pull was on. He thought he was careful enough to pull without breaking that bond, but he miscalculated, hedged his bet, and lost. Lost everything. And lost it in front of the whole world. How tragic. Mel is a successful, intelligent, beautiful, confident woman. When she enters a room, her presence commands attention and respect. She doesn't have to say a word, and all eyes are on her. Martell's own image was elevated by being connected to her. And with her on his arm, he too got the benefit of being noticed and respected. It is clear now that they have separated that Martell can't get the attention and respect that Mel gets by simply existing. It's infuriating because he had everything he schemed for, only to throw it in the wind, banking on the fact that he had her stuck, with being the mother to 4 children and with all the businesses they had intertwined. And I'm sure the friend group that he was speaking with advised him that he was good because she couldn't leave the relationship with all of those entanglements. I'm sure he asked himself, who would want a woman with 4 kids? If Mel closes the businesses, how will she eat? And he confidently thought, nope, she will just have to accept that I will cheat. She's stuck. But fat meat is greasy. The devil is a liar, and a lie doesn't care who tells it. And Mel dissolved those businesses and bounced. And not only that, she bounced back bigger and better. And like his female counterpart, this narc will not accept defeat either. He has gone rogue, and since he can't have Mel, he cannot be at peace and watch her thrive. His mission is to destroy her image, her reputation, and her status. He needs her to join him and Slaw in the gutter. Although his cheating is what ruined their marriage, and he readily admitted that initially, he has now backtracked and says that he cheated because she cheated. Now he's attempting to try to justify his wrong by assigning equal blame for the demise of the marriage. Unfortunately for him, no one in their right mind believes this. So he wanted to provide quote, proof of the affair, and he solicited Slaw to put out an edited sex tape of him and Mel, only to have the plot exposed by Slaw running her mouth to a blogger and a stranger. And his latest attempt is to say that he's a victim of DV. Child, which is another flop, because once again, the doctored footage only proves that he antagonized her after stealing a very large sum of money from her, and she was upset about the larceny. With every attempt to scandalize Mel's name, he only manages to incriminate and expose himself and his depraved mindset. And through it all, Slaw has been a willing accomplice. She is not a victim. She is not brainwashed. She knows right from wrong. And it was for that reason she paused before putting the revenge pee out. She knew full well that shit was wrong. She knew it. But she was hoping that another woman would just co-sign it, and then it would have been okay. This woman could care less about Mel's children, because putting out a revenge pee tape on their mother would have had a tremendous lifelong effect on those children. They would have also had to suffer the humiliation and shame that would have befallen their mother. So Mel is correct when she says that she goes into protective mode anytime that Narquette is around her children, because she should. These two are just alike, and the funny thing is that they actually don't like each other, and they hold the same low opinions of one another.
Martell is for the streets.
She was a peasant.
Slaw knew that by having that baby, Martell could never return home. That was the plan. She was sick of his shit, and she pulled a power play. And make no mistake, he resents her for it, which is why he was trying to set her up with that revenge pee pot to have her ass fucking arrested, allegedly and in my opinion. And they will end up double-crossing each other in the end. But for now, they're united in their mutual disdain for Mel. These narcoholics are completely fixated on their obsessions. For Slaw, it's to win, period. Even if it takes another 10 years. And for Martell, it's trying to ruin the image and reputation of the woman whose heart he broke 1,000,000 times, but was still unable to fully break her. Martell's playing a twisted game of Jenga, trying to see how many blocks he could pull out before everything comes crashing down on him. I believe he's quite close. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, bet you know now.